What up? What up? What up, everybody? Welcome to TWG Fan Club. How y'all feeling?
We are alive and direct and blessed above all. How are we doing?
Good.
Oh, Seindole came in nice and fancy. I look
All
like I
right.
go to party.
Listen, listen. I had to handle some business. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's not like me. So what better way to re-bless you with my presence than stunning on you the way that I know how. So
Okay,
here I
Seindole Cargill. I see you. I see
am.
you. He like,
Here I am. You already know, Justin. I'm not as ultra fabulous and hot and muscular as her, but I try. I try.
you succeeded.
Well, you succeeded very much so.
Thank you.
We got Rakarsha in the building, so you know the show gets started.
Partial.
We got Keith in the building, so let's get ready.
Hey, all the VIPs in the
VIPs are
building.
here
That
early.
means the show's time to get started.
It's time to get started, but y'all know what we do. Queen PR, ladies and gentlemen, will be here soon, and we're gonna
Mm.
hold it down until she gets in, and then I'm gonna give her the keys and let her drive and steer uh this great ship. But
So you're the opening act
yeah, I'm
until
the
the
opening
headliner
act.
come in.
The headliner come in. You're right,
Fair
absolutely.
enough.
There you go.
Fair
Don't get
enough.
Sandman out here.
You
If you
said
know, you
what?
know. Don't get Sandman out here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, no, Sandman, please, Jesus Christ,
nah. We got Corey in
we're
the
good.
building. Corey with a K. Um, But just to see him though, y'all know what this week is as we get ready. It's something we've been waiting for. Coming there a solid 365 since the last time, and that is the wonderful anniversary of those wrestling girls. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 years. I am so excited, ready to celebrate. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been feeling burnt out. And there's nothing that's going to be more relaxing. This sounds crazy, but taking a drive up to New York, even through all the tolls and the turnpikes, it's going to be relaxing knowing that I'm going to be with my family this weekend.
Hey, you know what? The more the better. You already know. You practically live here. You are a bi-coastal on the coastal person by now, because
Don't
we know
threaten me with a good
secretly,
time.
we know that Baltimore is your little island, but we know secretly you love New York. It's okay.
It's
Like
not a secret. It's a fact. Even though I have the better teams, it's still a fact.
that's up for debate. Anyway,
I
One
mean,
year and you getting gassed up. You know what? We're gonna let you have this, Brian.
we gonna let you have this.
I
We're gonna
mean, the
let you
last,
have it this
last,
one time.
last
But
time I
yeah, it's
checked,
exciting. The
them
girls
Ravens
have
look better than the Giants and the Jets.
anyway. We're not here to talk about football. We're here to talk about the anniversary party and what
I
I was
still
gonna
have
say.
a moratorium on the Giants. It's going to be a couple days, not till Sunday. I'm going to discuss things on the Giants. It's just, yeah,
Sorrows, prayers.
we ain't
Mhm.
going to talk about that.
Yeah, like I said, come all. It's gonna be a exciting night. It's so much planned. Is their live show? They've never done a live show before, and it's a bomb ass after party. Because if you've seen all the other parties before, what in your right mind makes you think that you should miss this one? So I- if you have to make it a will, make it a way. I hope to see all of you on the 5th, because I'm be stunting. I always stun. You already know. Like last year's drip was a drip, and you already know that this drip is dripping this year.
Oh, so
The drip is dripping.
the drip is dripping?
The
So,
drip
shall
is
we call
the
Saturday
top.
the Revenge of Catsuit?
Hello. Cat,
Oh,
y'all not gonna be calling me cat suit after y'all see this outfit, child.
and that's the thing. I don't like to bring up catsuit because the catsuit lived in 2021.
No, this is
Yeah,
gonna officially kill cat suit. Y'all might have to scour the pole and find me another name after this is done.
she's
So
the scour the pole
y'all
and
might have to come up with a poll or something, because I'm not playing.
okay,
I'm
okay.
not playing.
Wow.
Damn, now I got to step my game up before I drive up. Like, shit. Everyone's coming fancy. I was just like, I just want to just appear.
Man, yeah, Corey said the Wizards are legit a comedy. I'm not a Wizards fan by any means. Supporter when they winning,
The
but
who?
definitely I'm a Lakers fan. Vaughn says Cat Suit is back. Before we jump in, I definitely want to shout out to the sponsors. First Charles Young Millionaire on Twitter, on Instagram, sponsoring the anniversary and the Ringside Club. So give it a huge shout out to the sponsors. Still not too late. You want to sponsor for the cause, be donation. I know some plans for one group that will be sponsoring. Just want to shout out to those wrestling girls. I'm just excited. I cannot wait for this event. It is the premier event of the year. It is the WrestleMania of podcast parties. It is where you need to be in New York this Saturday. And just $20. That's it. $20, you're gonna have a good time. Where can you have a good time for $20? Y'all tell me. Right at the HQ Lounge, 1609 North Strand Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. Be there.
Brooklyn.
So definitely be there. But y'all doing fine before we get into today's show?
Man, we're doing good.
Okay.
I'm doing lovely.
Yeah, I just had to be a corporate baddie for 2 weeks and handle because we moving up. We don't move down. So now that all that's out the way, I'm back with the 3 best friends that anybody could have. And I'm too happy. I'm so excited. I missed y'all. I truly missed y'all. I really, really missed y'all. I miss Brian. I miss Justin with the inappropriate qualms. I miss Patricia kicking people out the club, even though she hasn't done so in a while. I miss even the comment section on the VIPs. I miss you guys. So I'm excited to be back.
In the VIPs and the regulars.
Inappropriate qualms.
Listen,
God damn.
I can make a whole I can make a whole reel with shit Justin has said. Let's just put it that way.
I actually want to see this reel. That should be like an end of year thing. Like the shit
that
Justin has said.
Like Cat Cut has been hot on these plane rides. You think I've been joking? Like I really have been. So you might that might be my Christmas gift to you, and I think you will enjoy it.
That video is gonna be like 45 minutes.
We like it. Shout out to my kicks on my fix. My brother Corey in the building.
What up, Corey?
Through. We know it's bowling night, so he's stopping through before he goes out there and rolls a perfect game, or however the terminology is. He said I need a soundboard. Corey, you gonna be there Saturday? I hope to see you. Nikki Bushi in the building. Nikki, are you gonna be there?
Nikki?
Like I said, Saturday is the place to be. I'm just gonna say this. I promise you will not want to miss it.
No.
You will want to be there. Like Seindole said, the ladies will be doing a live show, and it's gonna be so much fun. But before we get into today's show, let's do a quick callback. Let's show people the reason why they need to be there. Just a little bit. We'll be right back after this. Now you see that means a time was had last year, and we're going to do that again this year, but better, because that's what we do here in Those Wrestling Girls, the TWG universe. We get bigger, better, stronger, wiser, smarter, and more turn. So, shout out to Andre tuning in.
Andre,
let's get started. We're gonna start with Crown Jewel, and y'all know the main event of the show tonight is the unpopular opinions of everybody saying L.A. Knight. One unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I wish he would not say his name no more. I wish he would let the people say it, but we'll get into that later. Let's go right into Crown Jewel. Are y'all ready for Crown Jewel?
I am. It's always exciting. It's Riyadh season over there. The people have been. They had a great week with the most controversial other fight in sports entertainment. We're talking Fury winning a boxing match. Did he win? Did he not win? We don't know, but they have pretty much had a really exciting week already. It's Riyadh season. It's one of the most festive times of the year over there, and then again, Crown Jewel. So I, for one, I'm excited to see what happens. new things started happening last year, so I'm excited to see what new things are happening this year.
Yeah.
It looks like a good card. I'm debating whether I'm gonna watch this because I'm debating whether to be in New York the entire weekend or am I just coming up for the anniversary party and then rolling out, which means I'll probably be driving while this is going on. We are just as so Crown Jewel live watching TBD for me.
Yeah, last year I had to watch it. We was doing the Ringer Wrestling post show. So we just when we was using Spotify Live, we watched it and on the way, and then they was doing the post show on the way, and I had to actually edit the show at the anniversary. But you know, where there's a will, there's a way, and then I was able to turn up. So, but I'm definitely probably gonna look at this. You know, getting ready for the party. I've been watching the Parkers, so pardon my language.
40.
The party.
But let's get it through. Let's go. Excuse me. Let's go through this card. You know, kickoff show. We got
Oh my god,
Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough. I am excited about this because this is JD McDonough's coming out party. If you ask me, what do y'all think? Gonna start with you, Seindole.
You already know I'm biased. Sami Zayn's gonna win that. Come on. Like Sami Zayn getting to go to Saudi Arabia, first of all, is a big step. Second of all, they loved him the last time he was there. I doubt they're not going to want to see him win this time. I definitely think it's interesting that they finally chose to give JD McDonough a singles match, even though it's a kickoff show match, you know, win and take all. But this is definitely to reassure the people of Riyadh why they should love him even more. They should just love Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn's hard not to love. And this is just going to be a showcase where he gets to put on his amazing talents and get the people excited.
Justin,
can you show that graphic real quick again?
Here we go.
I just gotta see that. Good God, Lord have mercy. Why they use that photo of JD McDonough?
Because he's supposed to look sadistic. He looks
like an angry lawn gnome.
Oh
like,
my
did they
God,
not have another picture of this? Like, bro, my precious.
He looks like an angry what?
My precious.
He looks like an angry what?
The Lord of the Rings. He looks like an angry lawn gnome. Like them little gnomes you have outside the house and shit like that. That's what he looked like in this photo. Like, bro. But anyways, I mean,
God.
this is Sami Zayn winning. I mean, what else is this for?
Well, yeah, yeah, you know, but this is a good opportunity. It's like I don't want to say sink or swim for JD McDonough, but this is an opportunity for him to kind of put himself on the map. And Andre said it best. Zayn's gonna win, but JD will show out, and I think that's what.
This is, to me, he's very talented. He's very, very talented. Y'all know I'm an NXT head through and through. His matches on NXT did not disappoint. His match against Braun Breaker happens to be one of my favorite matches for him. When he went up for the NXT, it was him dragging off and Breaker. Like the match he was involved in wasn't bad.
Right.
Again, we all know this is to show love to Sami. So I agree with you. This is definitely for him to show out. And I hope he does.
Yeah, me too. You know, but let's move on. Let's jump right in to the main card. Wouldn't be surprised if this opened the show, and that's because generally you start hot. You kind of want to start hot. So Cody Rhodes taking on Damian Priest. This right here, I feel like is a Cody Rhodes win, but a setup for Damian Priest. What y'all think?
I'll let you go first, Seindole.
I agree wholehearted percent, only for the fact of Rhea would be the perfect time for a cash in, but every time we say it's perfect time for a cash in, and then we say the cash in don't happen, and then we'd be like, all right, they're not cashing in. People cash in because now they're catching win that we know when they're going to cash in. So I'm not going to say that he's going to cash in for the sake of hoping that he really does. So with that being said, Cody does take it, but yes, wouldn't make sense to let Damian win if he didn't later on cash in the Money in the Bank.
So we can't necessarily guarantee he's going to cash in with a win.
We should never guarantee anymore when somebody's going to cash in, because we thought remember what happened with SummerSlam, and I'm still bothered because I could have sworn for sure they weren't going to let EO cash in, and guess what the hell they did? They run down that damn ramp. So
yeah.
I'm not going to say if I do or if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say I wouldn't be surprised if that was the open window.
Yeah.
So for me, this is tough because these are two guys that are booked very strongly and they are protected very strongly in the same way, where Priest hasn't taken a lot of L's and a lot of clean L's like that over this last year. And Cody is Cody. So Cody's going in with the ankle injury. So this makes it hard for me to see Damian losing this match, where it's like, you're going to let a one-legged Cody beat you. If that's going to be the case, why should I take you serious when it comes to your cash in, which you've been pump faking on, but throwing these hints out there, these subtle hints of like, yo, it may be time soon that we cash this in. Send your Money in the Bank is he wants to add another title to the collection. But if you lose to a one-legged Cody, that's gonna make it look wild sus. I don't care if he is a successful catch in, because it's like you couldn't beat a one-legged Cody. Like, you smashed a man's ankle in. So it's one of those, it's set up to where Cody can take the L. Especially where we went through this last year with him or was it last year or earlier this year with him and Brock Lesnar, where he had the hand injury. Brock fucked up his hand. They go into Saudi, and then Brock got the win because even though Cody had the adamantium hand or cast or whatever, it's like, nah, you're not 100%. So it sets up for a rematch down the line. So obviously Damian has to win this one here.
See, that's the stuff Seindole be talking about that she missed. And that's going to be on the real. The what hand?
Yeah, it's all of the. Trust me, that's why I'm staying completely silent, because I'm going to capture every
the
single
adamantium hand. He got that Wolverine shit.
Bro.
Check out my YouTube channel.
You know what the fuck I meant, Vaughn.
Listen, nobody said so. No one said. Listen, they trying to make Cody a man of miracles, and I get why. They're trying to make him. They're trying to still get you to believe in him, but also still feel sorry for him. So every match he goes into injury, his sympathy points just seem to keep going out the window. I'm like, can you keep yourself together until you finish whatever story you concoct in your head? Because you keep injuring yourself and you don't get to WrestleMania, I'm be pissed. Like, for real.
What,
like,
the face Seth Rollins?
Huh? Yes, and he's
so you're saying that this story of Cody Rhodes is taking longer than the George R.R. Martin book?
Title off of no goddamn body. So second, the only thing that's left is Seth's title. Yes, sorry, hate to break your hearts, but that's it. Moving on.
Dream deferred.
I'm always down for the dream being deferred, baby. But let's move on. We're gonna go to our special attraction match. WCW used to like to either call them grudge matches, but you can't call it grudge matches. The match never happened. And that would be John Cena, the greatest of all time, John Cena, taking on Solo Sikoa. Oh man, this is a toss-up, honestly. I mean, you. So I want to say Solo, but it wouldn't surprise me because he's John Cena. But I like Solo to win this. I like Solo to win this because I want to see the bloodline book strong on this show. So I'm gonna go with Solo.
So for me, I talked about this yesterday, where it's like I was also torn on this, but at the same time, I'm thinking of the bigger picture. We're in Saudi Arabia. Whatever the princes in Saudi want, they get. So I don't know if they're gonna want John Cena to come over and take a L, but I think that may actually be a best thing for business, because then what that could do is unleash this more violent side of Solo that Paul Heyman was teasing during SmackDown when him and Cena were having their promo and whatnot. And he's like, bro, you may be the greatest. I've seen you come back from injuries, but you don't want to fuck with Solo when Solo gets like that. And Solo taking the L to Cena, that could be the reason for you run this back and Solo just nerfs him worse than Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, to where it puts Cena either on the shelf until Cena wants to come back, or that may be a way to retire John Cena
Mhm.
and just have Solo just fucking beat the living hell out of him. But for here, I could see Cena winning because big match John kind of got to give him a dub here. And it's not going to hurt Solo that much.
Yeah. How many father-son combinations do you think John Cena has faced?
5.
Wow, who?
That was a strong number.
It was. She came and because of
I was about to
Seindole.
say, do you have the list up?
Is it 5 or is it 4? I think it's 4.
So we know Solo and it'll be Solo and Rikishi. Who else you got?
Have we had Rhea and Dom yet?
Oh,
I think we have.
has John Cena ever?
I don't
faced
think
this?
John's faced Dom yet.
Anybody in the comments, let us know. Somebody could do a Google search real quick. Just real quick. But as they do
It was
that,
a dark match off air.
okay, so that counts. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says. So that leaves 2 more. I know for a fact he's had.
I'm about to say, when did he face Rey Mysterio? Acting like I forgot that he fought him for the WWE title.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rey Mysterio had just to check it
that
off.
he just literally had for like an hour. But
Keith is
Poor
saying
Rey.
only Ray.
no, it can't be only Ray.
I really think he hasn't faced Dom yet. Because Dom was babyface, so it would make no sense for
No,
Cena to
this was
face
a
him
month
then.
ago. A month ago, he
A
faced
dark
him on a
match.
dark match.
Nah, we gotta count TV.
Nah,
'Cause
we,
how are we
we
gonna know
don't.
dark matches unless this shit's like unless we see it on Twitter?
well, it's
No,
talking because this isn't like an official stat. It's not championships. It's literally just
It's
getting in the
matches.
ring, mixing it up with the father and the son.
Right.
Like somebody
it
out
doesn't have to
there,
be championships involved. It's more like, can I pull this up on YouTube? Dark
You
matches
can.
you can't really.
I just did. That's how
Bro, I must have the plug then. Okay.
people upload stuff illegally. But you
That
think
part.
about
Deviants.
you
That
think
part.
about like, all right, I can't like somebody in the indies, right? That had the opportunity to be in the ring, that got a chance to mix it up with, say, Alfred Sr., right? And then they got the chance to mix up with Alfred Jr. Or no, better yet, what's his brother? I'm looking right at him and I can't call his name. So, not his brother.
Not Jacob, right?
Samu.
Samu, yeah.
Yeah, his brother, Samu, right? And then he get a chance to mix it up with Lance. So that's like 3 generations. You know what I mean? But there are people who've mixed it up with, say, John, well, I guess.
He's
Remember,
had interactions with family, but not father and son. Because I'm pretty sure that is not, if not just like Rikishi and Solo, it's
Mhm.
Roman, it's it's a whole plethora of people he's gone through the muck with. So it wouldn't just be father and son. He's probably gone through like dynasties at this point. Like who
Yeah, like
knows?
he's
I don't
probably
think it's-
gone.
yeah.
At some point, he's entangled with Randy Orton Sr. on his path
Yeah,
to Randy Orton.
like he fought The Rock and then he fought his cousin.
Yeah, but well, it's true. Yeah. Well, that was just an interesting tidbit. But we down the middle in this one, Solo with John Cena.
Mhm.
All right, so let's go to the United States Championship match right here. Logan Paul versus
I didn't get
Rey
to pick.
Oh, my bad. Well, I just asked.
I froze out. I was saying that I would love for them to give Solo the win, but they said on, and shout out to Turnbuckle Talk, the Saudi money speaks. If the Saudi prince wants to see John Cena pin, they're gonna see John Cena pin. But my pick is Solo just because like John is old. He don't need this. Like he don't need the win.
He don't need it.
He don't
No.
need it. Like no, you can lose this one, but let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So yeah, let's move forward. Y'all know us. We were 4 minutes away before AEW Dynamite, which means we watch it as a family. In the words of Queen PR, we watch Dynamite as a family here. So feel free to tune in. We'll be watching. Let us know what's going on. Tony Khan has a big announcement tonight.
Announcements.
I think that would be a nice tracker. How many announcements? Somebody make that TikTok.
I don't know, but I know the over runner's got to be like at 12 this year because it's like almost like every third week is like I have a big announcement. I bought a new green bottle. I have another big announcement.
I got a big announcement. I switched soda brands.
I got a third big announcement. Here's old ass Ric Flair. as he takes 19 minutes to get to the ring because he's old.
I got a ring announcement. Somebody else is gonna have a new gimmick. I'm sorry.
I had another announcement, but I lost train of thought.
Austin.
Well, let's move on. You got you're popping the crowd in the back in the club. Let's see. We got let's say Rey Mysterio defending his United States Championship against Logan Paul. Who do y'all like? I think it's time. I think it's time that belt leaves Rey Mysterio and makes its way to YouTube.
So I'll say this, and again, shout out to my favorite people on the Turnbuckle Talk for giving me the opportunity to say why I think it's definitely going to be Logan Paul. Ray, we thank you for keeping it warm, but in order to bring and somebody brought it up as a very good point, and I slept on it, and I said this is pretty accurate for them to put star power on all their belts and bring relevance back to their belts the way that for some odd reason people are obsessed with the women's tag team championships because God bless Chelsea Green for being the human being of entertainment that she is. And same thing with Gunther and his amazing intercontinental championship reign. I think they need a huge superstar to carry that US championship, which not to knock anybody who had it before. Like I thought Austin Theory did an amazing job carrying it. But if they want to bring outside interference and superstardom from somebody who's already an outside superstar to that belt, is Logan Paul. So I think my money's on Logan Paul. No matter how I feel about him, he's going to have that belt. He's going to take it with him to his little podcast in the gentrified section of Puerto Rico, and he's going to display it well, and people are going to know that he's the WWE US champion. And then when they need him for big money matches, he'll be back with that belt, and it's a guaranteed way to keep him in the company.
Okay.
It hurts my heart to go against Latino Game, but this fucking colonizer is really about to go take that title back to PR, talk all the shit with Prime bottles all around it, and like Seindole put it perfect. It's like how can you really utilize the star power of Logan Paul, especially when like the IC title is kicking the shit out of the US title as far as like exposure and like people talking about it. So love you, Ray. It's time. Logan Paul.
I think this is good for business though. At the end of the day, I think what this does is this allows more eyeballs, and whoever takes it off of him will kind of be like a hero if done right. You know what
And
I
then the
mean?
thing that we don't see unless you pay attention to like Logan Paul, especially what they're doing with Prime, where like anytime like they open up Prime in like a new country, it's like Logan, KSI, and it's a big ass deal. Now imagine where Logan's doing that with a Prime in one hand and the WWE United States title in the other hand, especially when they're having like thousands of people pulling up, or they're just putting out the fucking social media clips or YouTube video clips, or like when he's doing an episode of Impulsive, he's sitting right there with the damn title. But then you have like 20 million followers that pay attention to that shit. So,
no, facts indeed. So let's move on. A lot of people saying we're getting a new champion, but I think we all in agreement right there. Let's move on to the 5-way championship match, a fatal 5-way match where Rhea Ripley, y'all complain, Rhea doesn't defend the belt, she's not having title defenses. Guess what? We're gonna throw 4 people away, starting Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Zoey Stark, and Nia Jax. Rhea Ripley, I think this is where she just etches her name in stone and proves and continues her dominance. What do y'all think?
I'm Team Rhea, so enough said.
This is the match on this card I'm the most torn about. And I was talking about this on Turnbuckle Talk because on one hand, if you look at Judgment Day, the other 3 members have lost their titles at some point and got them back, except for Rhea. So technically, Rhea will be due to take a L, especially where people have been complaining about this lackluster run. So this will be the easiest way to do it, where you have a 5-way. Rhea doesn't have to get pinned, submitted. She doesn't be involved in the finish where she loses the title. She can always demand a rematch, come back fresher, come back even more angrier because for a second she took her eye off the ball, and you have 5 people, 4 other people go after her. It's just a matter of who will take that title off of her. I think Nia would probably be the strongest candidate because she just came back. How can you make her even stronger by being the one to not only get that belt but talk her shit about it? But then the other side of me thinks what everyone else has been saying, which is it makes more sense for Rhea to retain because Rhea is most likely going to go into WrestleMania as your champion. Your big match at WrestleMania is going to be Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch for that title. Now, would it make more sense for Rhea to be strong and not lose his title from WrestleMania to WrestleMania, a la like a Bianca Belair? Or do you really have her drop it here in Saudi and pick it up later? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would make more sense? You want Rhea to be as strong as possible, especially if you're going to be facing Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. So, Rhea retains, but I'm not 100% confident on this.
You got me thinking.
And then another thing I said was a lot of people don't agree with me saying this, but I think the fans have pretty much chosen Rhea to be the leader of the Judgment Day. And I think this would kind of amplify the storyline of can they really keep it together if she goes in there and say she wins and she walks back and she was like, see, I went up against 4 other people and you motherfuckers needed me to get the titles back. So how about y'all finally listen to what the hell I gotta say and just do and let's just work the way it works. And then on top of that, this will keep her busy as they go into possibly having a War Games match with a made-up fraction of whoever they put together, which I know is what's going to happen. And if we're being completely honest here, Rhea needs distraction. Like I know it was felt when they were talking about how that she doesn't defend the belts much. So in my opinion, this is okay. We gave her 5 people. And then she's gonna have to run amok with more than those 5 people more than once. So that's just what I think about this match. Plus, I think the fans also are excited about seeing Rhea. She's considered one of the top stars. So I think that's why they put this match on.
No, I mean I would love to see this, but also, do we really need to see Rhea hold this title all the way through? Like, I
Why
like the
not?
idea of her. I just like the idea of her dropping the title and picking it back up.
No, I don't like. I mean, I'm not. She got this far by fate. I think they can let her hold it a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's kind of like that's what WWE's been doing these last couple of years. You saw Becky hold that SmackDown Women's title for almost 9 months from SummerSlam to WrestleMania 38. You've seen Bianca hold it for over a year. So they've kind of been reinvesting in longer title reigns versus hot between the belts. And
Yeah,
Rhea's
that's
had
true.
this since WrestleMania. So it's kind of like it will make more sense as like a bigger thing of like Rhea's gone through everyone else except Becky, so that would make it more meaningful for their WrestleMania match. But then at the same time, like I said, like she's kind of due for an L at some point because that's a long time between now and beginning of April.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see. It's definitely interesting. I hear myself. All right, so Leah, let's move on to the first championship match, or I should say, of the men's world titles. And that would be Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the record. This is the night. Hold up. No, you ain't gonna just do that. You do that.
These photos are killing me, yo. It's like Seth, say cheese. He's just like, fuck it. Oh.
No, you can hear oh. Like he's probably singing that during the photo shoot. And they said, Seth, we're gonna play the music so you can get you amped up and do it. But I think this is the night. I kind of think Drew McIntyre wins this, y'all. And then Damian Priest cashes in. I think this is. I don't want to. I just can't think. I just can't help but say this pay-per-view just cannot be that predictable. You feel me? Or a premium live event. A lot of stuff is just so predictable. I refuse to believe it's that predictable. You understand what I'm saying? This is the night. Damian Priest will cash in on a winning Drew McIntyre. Book it.
I agree that
Ew.
Seth doesn't walk out with the title. I don't know if it's going to be Drew that takes it off of him.
Okay.
Priest is cashing in. If Priest is cashing in on Drew after the match, or you know,
He lost his title to the Fiend in November, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
in Saudi,
In
yeah,
Saudi, yeah.
he won this one in Saudi.
it makes sense to lose it in Saudi.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Drew McIntyre part that's just hard to predict because it's like they've been booking him very strong. They've been protecting the fuck out of him. You're seeing this character change with him. It makes sense character wise for Drew to get the belt, although I kind of don't want to see it just because Priest and Judgment Day has been more entertaining, and not to mention Judgment Day, there's always the numbers factor. At some point JD's gonna get involved. There's a chance that Dominic gets involved. There's a chance that Finn gets involved because Finn, I believe, doesn't have a match on this card.
Nope, he doesn't.
So,
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
what if you brought up JD McDonough? So I gotta ask you, what if because we booked him to lose? We're predicting. Let me correct myself. We predicted that he's going to lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if his way of getting into good graces? Because right now he looks like the Disco Inferno, and what sucks about that is he's better than Disco Inferno. Like, I understand, but it's like I feel like he's too good to be that lackey. You know what I mean? Because Disco didn't come off like Disco.
Crazy. I
He
agree with
wasn't.
you.
Yeah, he wasn't cool.
Yeah.
JD McDonough like fits the Judgment Day, but
Right.
instead of looking like a lackey, he can look more like a young boy that just proved himself. If he can go out there and soften up whoever the winner is, right? And then essentially hand Priest the championship.
And I agree. So that's a good theory, only because we've seen that they work better in numbers. That's how Dominic got his belt back. I made that joke on Twitter. I was like, "Mommy need to stop letting Dom go to NXT by himself," because clearly he be getting into his own mess tone up on there. So they're better in numbers. Rhea says you better go to NXT and get your shit back. But do you really think Rhea's gonna let him go alone? No. The Judgment Day was there in full effect. Boom, he got it back. Same thing when they lost the tag title. She was gone for 2 weeks, y'all. They didn't keep their belts. What the hell? She comes back again. They do their numbers thing. They get their belts back. I think it would be stupid for Damian to lose. I think anybody who thinks that Damian Priest is going to cash in and lose, they clearly don't understand how this whole thing works. Numbers do the math. Smart cash-ins do the math. I see, and this is my full prediction, Drew and Seth going to work. The card is too small. John Cena can't wrestle that long. Roman Reigns probably is not going to have that long of a match. I see them giving us Carmelo and Dragunov part 2 in Saudi. I see them having the same type of slobber knocker, the same type of intensity of a match. And whoever comes out of that match with some level, like this much stamina, they're the ones getting cashed in on. That's the only way I see it working. And I don't see Damian losing. I see Damian leaving with that belt, if that's the case. If that is the case.
And you guys put it perfectly, which is this card is kind of too predictable, so you need a monkey wrench in this. And if it's not going to be Rhea's match, it's going to be this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like I feel like it could be Damian Priest's time.
And you're not going to have back-to-back unsuccessful cash-ins. Not after the way that Theory lost his cash-in that manner. You're not going to have Damian. You didn't put all this work into Damian just to have him fuck up the opportunity, just like Theory fucked up the opportunity.
He's senior Money in the Bank with a purple suitcase. That's rude. Like, not to make him lose.
But let's be real though. Austin Theories was we got to clear out the Vince McMahon stink and hit the reset button. You know what I mean? Because if the way wrestling is being booked, he wouldn't have been the Money in the Bank winner. Like if you look at that, all that, it wouldn't have been him. Even if you were going for Roman to have this mega reign, in my opinion, you could have did like Seth Rollins that had a failed cash in, and it would have been fine. But that's just here or there.
Not to mention, Damian winning makes so much more sense because think of like if Damian cashes in on Seth and gets the belt now. let's say if there's any friction in the Judgment Day, Damian can now hold this over Finn Balor and be like, you had how many matches against Seth Rollins and couldn't get it done? I cashed in one time. I got the title. You couldn't win. And that can always lead to friction down the road.
Oh, see, that's long-term booking. Kyle
It's
says,
shout
Seindole
out
looks
to
like a host
Kyle,
of a
baby.
poetry slam. Oh, man. Thank y'all for joining
What
us.
is Seth?
What is Seth
Drew?
doing?
What is Cashin? Drama.
Drama,
JD.
drama. Come on, man. Let's fight. Make love, not war.
Keith says Seth doesn't walk out with the title. Either Cashin or Elder Drew will do the title justice. I'm ready for a new champion. I'm ready for some new blood. Somebody else to hold that title. So, shout out to Seth Rollins. I feel like he's done a phenomenal job establishing it. It was a challenge. The name World Heavyweight Championship held better weight than the Universal title coming in, just because of the lineage. Like, you can kind of just jump back to it, but I feel like he did a great job. Shout out to Black Thoughts. He says, see y'all Saturday.
See you,
Be in the
babes.
building.
Hell
Krista
yeah.
B.
Big congratulations to him in his journey with sobriety. I
Oh,
didn't know
congrats.
that's how long he's been sober. If you could put in the comments how long he's been sober, that's a big deal, and I'm proud of him for it.
Hey, man, we're
definitely.
all
Big
about
shout out to
growth.
him. All about that
Growth and
growth.
journeys, man. And sobriety is not easy. I've
It's
had family
not.
members that's had to go through that. Bro, at one day at a time.
Yeah.
But you got this.
Yeah, shout out to him, and you know, and right here, Seth needs a break. If Damian doesn't cash this Saturday, he should do it on Raw. You know,
That would be interesting too if it would have happened the night after. But
yeah.
are they doing Raw in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi feels like an appropriate place. You got all eyes on this pay-per-view because you know WWE's been delivering on this premium live events. Crown Jewel, you know they go all out. And like Brian said perfectly, this is the same place where Seth won that title. So it comes full circle for him to lose it there.
And to think about it, this is the first global event under the new deal. So
you know, shenanigans are amok.
No shenanigans.
None. And your boy is in full control. No more Vincent Kennedy. So let's see what happens. He'll be there. I think he's been there all week, but he's just right now he's the same boy on the sidelines. So let's see how our boy Paul Wall do.
Let's get into the women's undisputed WWE Championship. I'm saying that because that's what it says on the title, on the championship. That's Io Sky defending against Bianca Belair. This is tough because I kind of want to pick Bianca, but it's hard for me to see Bianca going. If you play hot potato with a belt, this is the one you do it with, right? And I feel like the dream matchup is Bianca Charlotte, but I feel like Bianca is slowly being established as the person to kind of have the women's record for WrestleMania, if you know what I'm saying. And therefore, I don't feel like she would go in as champion. I feel like she would go in and win the title. So I'm gonna pick Bianca to lose because I think Damage Control gets involved. What do y'all think? What's up with these open mouth renders?
I don't know. I was gonna say that. I was like, wait,
it's like they're taking the pictures at 2.
Open mouth 2. Oh no, that one don't count.
Both of them too cool.
Go to the women's matches. Go to the women's match.
Oh my god, Seth and his O face.
He was the only one giving us like, "Hey, I'm on a poster. Hi, how you doing?" Like,
it's like if somebody who does like photography and stuff, it feels like they're catching people in the midst. Like I don't know. Maybe I tell people either smile or don't. I don't get people I don't tell people pose like this.
You know what it is? It's probably like, you know how people is like 1, 2, 3 and then take the picture. It's probably like 1 and then they snap the picture.
Right.
No, well, the shutter speed. Maybe they're catching them mid shutter speed.
And that's true.
Yeah,
it's just,
that's that way. Like
Except
if I have
for
to catch
Seth,
somebody
man.
jumping, After I catch somebody jumping, I'm not going to just be like 1, 2, 3, jump. Be like 1, snap, 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 2, jump, snap, 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 snap. So that's probably what's happening. I'm trying to build
I just noticed it. I'm like, wait, what's up with that?
That's what it looks like, except for Seth. Man, that looks like Seth's O face.
Oh, look at baby, look at Hook. Him and his backpack.
No, you said it wrong. It's Hook.
No, I'm not doing all that.
All right,
H-O-O-K.
Io Bianca. I'm also like, I don't want to see Io lose this because you know what this gives me, and Brian would probably know this. Remember when Mr. Perfect had the IC title and like whoever faced him had to go through the entire Heenan family just to get a fucking title opportunity?
Yeah.
It feels like that with Bianca, where I want to see her get that title back, but not yet. I want to see her go through damage control. I know Dakota's still out with the ACL. I don't know if she's close to coming back or if it's going to be like, nah, it's just going to be Bayley and Io. Even so, I want to see Bianca go through a little adversity before taking this off of Io, and it's going to happen because Bianca Charlotte, I mean, that's happening in Mania, and that's happening with the title. It's a matter of when Bianca's getting the title back, and I think it's going to be more at the end of the year than here. So I'm saying Io retains just because Bayley's going to get involved, and we're going to lead to something.
Okay.
All right.
Seindole?
You're onto something there. It's hard for me. I really want Bianca to have it, but she needs a moment to cook without that title. And the only reason I say this also,
Kyle is calling for that too.
Yeah, I think she needs a minute without that title. My eerie prediction is that for some odd reasons, all the matches you've always wanted to see in NXT or you saw in NXT are now coming to full reign. I think Bianca and I hope this happens. But I know it's not going to happen because they can't have two of their biggest stars on the same roster. I hope that we get Bianca and Rhea at some point in time. Just because both those ladies do cook together. They were cooking the match they had before the big pay-per-view they had before WrestleMania's season, before everything got shut down and she had to go with Charlotte and all that for the NXT championship. That was a good match to me. But
does that match happen later though? Like we booking WrestleMania 40, right? Justin had already put
right. But so for now, I think this goes. I said Bianca before. I think this goes to Io.
Okay.
I think this goes to Io. I think, and it's what's crazy to me. What made me realize that I watched Clash of the Castle back, and I realized that like people actually like Io overseas.
Yeah,
I noticed that, and I was like, at first, and I was thinking to myself,
also look at
Money in the
Backlash.
Bank it was very eminent at Money in the Bank that they like her overseas, and that's something to keep going with. So based on that,
Kyrie though. I was calling for Kyrie Sane to come back too. You know, she coming back and said if she goes to SmackDown.
If she comes back, I will be excited. I like Kyrie.
Also, before we move forward, did y'all see Xia Li on Raw Monday?
Yes, I did.
Yo, son,
I'm happy
out here causing level 5 concussions. I want more of that. Bring me some of that.
She brings something distinct and unique to the women's division. It's just a matter of WWE just has to figure out how to use her, which I think is the problem.
The fact that but you know what? They're using it as best interest. The fact she keeps going up to Becky and she's like, it's me and you on my time. Becky's like, you've been saying that for 3 weeks. I ain't even got no belt. What you mean on my time is because you see how Becky can handle an intense match. Like, imagine now we're slowly starting to see how Xia Li can do intensity. So I think that's what they're building towards. I think they're building towards.
That's how you called her Zion Lee.
Oh, sorry.
No, it just sounded like it. Like I'm thinking Zion Williamson.
I was almost thinking. I almost said Xena. I had to catch myself. Anyway,
I want no smoke with Xia Li. I have seen her work out, and all the women back there praise the fact that she can go.
Yep.
You also see her play pool.
Because her main event matches are good. I don't know. I'm like, I never.
No, that was Wendy Chu. I'm sorry. because Wendy Chu was like playing around like when we was at WrestleMania when Carmelo Hayes hit Krista B with the pool stick.
That was funny.
I was like halfway tired.
Them after parties, man. If
That
you
was
were
a
there,
night. Shout out to Queen PR. You know, she was like, hell no. You sit down. You had a long night. I got you. Presented me with a drink. You know. But let's move on before we get into the unpopular opinions about LA Knight.
Yeah.
The main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen. I feel like it's supposed to be dramatic. That's why I'm teeing it up. He's coming to work because y'all like to complain about his schedule.
Leave him alone. He worked hard.
He worked hard. Got kids.
He
gave us great entertainment. And
it's
even
not
though he's
easy
not
smashing.
He's still there. The tribal chief, the real megastar, will get in the ring and go one-on-one with LA Knight. This is another closed mouth render. I think this is a matter of how, but you know, one thing Roman Reigns has been doing, and everybody can hate on his title run, right? Roman Reigns is somebody who's been making every one of his opponents look good. It's not like when Brock Lesnar, you don't come out of like you didn't come out when Brock had that run in what 2015, 16 or 17, whatever. It wasn't like you came out looking better. Roman Reigns, he is on Ric Flair levels. If anybody don't know, go back and watch Ric Flair's title runs in Ric Flair's real prime. And you would come so close. He would go to the town, you would come so close to beating him, but you wouldn't. But then you was a made man in the territory because it's like, well, that's the guy that almost beat Ric Flair. That's what Roman Reigns is doing. And I'm very excited for this. I think, obviously, I think Roman Reigns win, but I think we see LA Knight go to another level. And this is honestly make or break for him. But, you know, go ahead, get the payday. And then go to Monday Night Raw and win the World Heavyweight title.
You really think this man about to be okay?
No.
Cody gotta come over to SmackDown somehow.
He got a better chance. Let me tell y'all something, man. It's gonna sound fucked up. He got a better chance of ending Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign before ever getting that World Championship back.
That don't sound fucked up though.
Because it's not happening, y'all. Like he's hot. He's hot like Miz was hot. And Miz was hot off of being a heel. That level of hot, he's hot off of being a face. He's hot, and I say hot, he's unintentionally.
Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. We've got breaking news from AEW. We have a brand new. Wait, do we?
Yes. No, we don't. Did he lose via disqualification?
Wow. I'm sorry, y'all, but it looked close. I got the TV on mute.
Did
and
he
I'm
lose
seeing
via disqualification?
That's why we watch. This is why we watch as a family. I thought Claudio Castagnoli had just won the AEW International Championship, but he did not.
He whooped that boy.
You know what's so sad about
took him to the parking lot and said, "I'm gonna leave you there."
Damn. You know what's sad about the international title? That is a beautiful belt. Like every belt doesn't come in with such prestige, and unscripted violence can only mean one thing: is John Moxley enter the building.
Jesus Christ!
Oh man,
he's gonna come all the way from the left hand side. Moxley, I like that coat though.
That But that thing is with the international championship, it's a gorgeous belt. And it instantly looks prestigious. You know how, like I said, the Universal title, when they first introduced it, was like, you had to kind of get used to it. It was like, all right, that's supposed to be the big belt for Raw, but whatever. You know, I don't feel that way when they introduced the international title, but then they put it on, you know, Pac and then Orange Cassidy. And, you know, I think if it would have came in with a stronger
you ran in the ring to get your ass kicked by you know what? Can we go back to what we was talking about?
You was about to cook. I'm sorry. I thought we had a new champion, but this is what we do. We watch AEW here as a family on the fan club.
Claudio, you're not going to take jocks. You're just going to stand there. back to what we was talking about, LA Knight. Like I
Mhm.
said, better chance of becoming our new Intercontinental Championship before he will ever become a world champion. And he's hot because the fans like him to be hot. We don't know when they listen to us back there, but that's my prediction. It's just how I feel.
Justin?
I mean, we know Roman's retaining. The question is, how does LA Knight look in this spot against Roman? This is the first time you've seen him challenge for the top title. You're probably going to main event because usually if Roman's wrestling, he's main eventing. So how does he look in this spot? And I know all eyes are going to be on him, especially WWE's X, where it's like, can this be someone that's your future top champion? Or is he a mid-card guy? And he's just hot right now, but we've seen this before. We've seen when Rusev Day was over like Rover, but guess what? The company never saw him as the top guy. And we've seen it with other acts too. You know, Finn, we love Finn. Finn's been over like Rover, especially Demon Balor. Guess what? Once he hurt that shoulder, that was it for him at the top. They never saw him as a top champion. So for LA Knight, this is you get one shot at this. You better show out. Luckily, you're facing Roman. Roman's made everyone he's wrestled look good. I don't care if you guys are lukewarm on his matches or his matches are too predictable, they're too formulaic, interference, spam finishers, this and that. They've always been good. And Roman's always made his opponents look better at the end of the match than they were coming in. So for LA Knight, we know you can talk your ass off on the mic. You're very good at that. Let's see the in-ring if you can hang with the tribal chief. And then we'll go from there.
Damn, Warlow.
That is crazy. And
Meanwhile,
people
Warlow
wonder
done
why.
yoked MJF.
And people wonder why I
That.
say that the world championship is on the equal playing field as the NXT title.
That's how it feels now. And I like and it's crazy because
The
today marks
NXT
a full
AEW
year.
world. Mm-hmm.
Today marks a full year of MJF having that title.
Has it really been a year?
No, it's not a full year yet.
Well, what is it? 327.
It'll be because remember he's got to get through. So he won the title when we was at Full Gear, and that was after those Wrestling Girls anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's like end of November.
Oh yeah, that was the
middle of November.
We were there that night. Holy shit! Why did we're almost hitting the full year though? We were there that night.
Yeah. But I want to bring up this point. But Kyle says this is so difficult because I truly believe he should be at least third of all time. He also wouldn't be that far from number 2. But this might be the time to pull the trigger for LA Knight. Only thing is, I don't believe that this is a make or break because LA Knight is super over and there are many opportunities for him. I agree. And the thing is about LA Knight, as much as he might be over with the wrestling crowd, he has not crossed over fully into the everyday crowd. See, if you're walking around with an LA Knight shirt on, if you see somebody with an LA Knight shirt on, you know they're a wrestling fan. Just because somebody's wearing an Acknowledge Me ahead of the table shirt doesn't necessarily mean they're a wrestling fan. They could just like Roman Reigns, or they just like what it says. People know who Roman Reigns is. LA Knight isn't there yet, and he's not in a situation where Austin was, where Shawn was getting ready to go home, and they needed Austin to get that belt on to go to another level. If Roman was getting ready to go home, and I know Andres, said Roman going back into witness protection. I just don't think it's that's the same thing. But to his point, I'm gonna make a hot take. I don't think the bloodline interferes with this one. But I want to know from y'all, if the bloodline doesn't interfere, does that make LA Knight kind of look weaker considering the bloodline interfered in most of Roman's other matches?
Yes. It makes him look weaker because
you think so?
Like you just said, the bloodline has interfered in
My brother
everyone
in the
else's
building, y'all,
match.
sorry.
You saw at WrestleMania they spam interference at the interference for Cody Rhodes. But then they're like, nah, Roman's got this. We ain't gotta go out there and help him, like, nah, that's gonna look wild sus.
It's just, I guess for me, it's hard to believe that LA Knight is that tough an opponent. Like outside, like in the ring, I guess because he win matches, but it's not like, I don't know.
You know what it is because it feels like LA Knight in an indirect way jumped the line because again, we've yet to see him hold any secondary titles. We've never seen him with an IC title. We've never seen him with a US title. We've never seen him as a champion before, but now you're getting the top spot off rip.
I think that's what bothers a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then again, right now, I'm looking at the base. It ain't bothering nobody, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's bothering people the way it would intend to bother if anybody else was in that spot, which is good because the whole point of doing it is not to have anybody bothered.
Yeah.
And these collision ads are making the show look 10 times better, which I'm happy about. But like, I just think that
you got a good point.
I don't think he's a flash in the pan. I don't know why people use that terminology with him. I think this is just somebody who people genuinely are excited because they need to be excited about somebody, and it's him. The fact that he's now about to excite those people that are there. Granted, he ain't gonna win, but they're gonna be excited to see him.
They are, and again, and I agree with what Keith just said. You know, no credibility behind him winning that title. Like, I just don't like. I mean, obviously, I don't think nobody here in the fan club thinks he's going to win.
And then what if we have
my tribal chief? Fuck that.
What if we have the wrong bingo cards here? We're going up who's the most dominant fraction. The bloodline is thinning. What if we're looking at Mr. Senior Money in the Bank going, how can we make the Judgment Day even better? What if I cash in on this guy?
I swear.
He's never here. He's never here. He's getting weakened. He has nobody to really defend him. We're stronger in numbers. What's to stop him from going out there and doing it with that?
Look.
That is true. I mean, unless Heyman decides to throw hands, it's 5-on-3.
Heyman's been talking with Rhea. Yeah, forgot about that. Or am I the only person watching segments?
No, media? Come on.
Ooh, and there's got to be a payoff to that. Now, Heyman cheating on his tribal chief is a tough stretch right now. But then again, Heyman has done this before, so we can't rule it out.
Not yet.
Heyman has done it before.
Bottom of the third.
So I'll never rule out Heyman ever.
Bottom of the third.
He turned his back on his son Punk. He turned his back on his monster Brock. Y'all really think that man's not going to keep the checks coming? Heyman is Mr. where the money resides. Only he's lost the ponytail. Money follows Paul wherever Paul goes.
So he's basically a loving hip hop thotty.
Yes,
it's different with the bloodline.
This is the same guy who tried to make Big Show the biggest deal ever when Big Show's career was dead. Like, let's be real. This is Paul Heyman. You think Paul Heyman's loyalty, this whole, yes, my tribal chief. I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. Your tribal chief ain't been there. You've been shaking hands with Mamacito on the left-hand side. You really think I'm expecting for you?
You shake hands with Mommy?
Listen, I told
Mommy's
fine. I mean, this is a PG show. I'm not allowed to... The way she came out in that cop outfit last night, I was like, Mommy, I ran the red light. Come rest me next. Come on.
I mean, this is a PG show. I'm not allowed to say fully, like, Mom, I'm being respectful to Buddy Murphy because I ain't trying to get those hands. We saw what Buddy Murphy did to Max Caster. You almost put him in fucking ICU. Like, no, thank you. But, Mommy, the day that you break up with, that's all I'm going to say.
Man, oh, man, oh, man.
I'll go to jail. Listen,
look,
I get a face tag too. I'm not.
We got LA Night to talk about, but let's take a quick break. Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all after the break. I had a fun conversation with my child this morning. We was talking wrestling.
I was gonna say, what? She wants a piece of Mommy?
Nah, no. Back to the commercial. We talk about it when you get back.
Just know what I hope to see is people wearing their merch and or buying merch this year at TWG's 5th anniversary.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, CRISTA B, one half of those wrestling girls, and we hope that you're enjoying this current episode that we have for you. You know I had to come in here, interject, and plug ourselves real quick. We want to tell you about our merch exclusively on foryourwear.com. That's right, For Your Wear has all of those wrestling girls merch that you want and need, not only for yourself, but for your friends, your family, and your loved ones. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have tank tops. So please go over to foryourwear.com to make sure you get those exclusive merch, those exclusive deals, and tell them that TWG sent you.
TWG music, man. Every time I hear that, I think about there was a time I was hooping in the backyard and I was, shooting basketball, and I was listening to those wrestling girls, and they was talking about Natty and Natty's farts. Why did that memory just come to mind? I don't know. I'm just telling you, old school TWG fan right here. I need another shirt, another pink shirt. My pink shirt is, for your wear. Be hooking it up, but I need another one, and I probably need to grab a hoodie too. But y'all should also grab some TWG merch. Just go to thosewrestlinggirls.com. It's got everything you need. It's got the YouTube, links to the YouTube channel. It's got articles. It's got the merchandise. Go to thosewrestlinggirls.com and you can find all of that. Seindole, LA Knight. Please tell us, what's your unpopular opinion? I'm gonna wait till Justin get back before I reveal my story. Oh yeah, Keith got his shirt yesterday. Whoop whoop! Shout out to him. Happy he got the shirt. I got a gray one. I need to get my gray one. But yeah, I definitely need to get a hoodie and a beater. Also, what's the dress code? Wear your best.
Show up and show out.
Show up and show out. Kyle, just trust me. Rock what you rock. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I mean, the first end, I keep saying.
So you can come as Jerome's. I said Jerome in the house. Watch your mouth. Because listen, as long as you're comfortable.
That look nice for photos. KRISTA B said it best. You remember the third anniversary? I had on 3 shirts. Matter of fact, it's in the rotation.
You did change shirts
because I had to. So this fun, real quick story. It was the first time I was gonna meet everybody pretty much in person, with the exception of Math, and Wilkins and Janelle. I think everybody else I was meeting for the first time in person, and I said, okay. I gotta rock the TWG gray shirt. This is the old school, the Attitude Era like logo. So I had to wear that. Black Wrestling was in there. I had to wear their shirt. I needed pictures with me with those wrestling girls wearing their merch. Then I needed them with me wearing. Matter of fact, I had this shirt on. Wrestling Around Now tonight, 100th episode of the Wrestling Around Now podcast. Total of 603-ish episodes of the Wrestling Realm. So be there. 10:30 p.m. We got Drew Willingham on. So that's the reason why I kept changing shirts. Shout out to King Letty. She was out there rocking the photos. Any photo that I handed her the camera. I said, hey, can you grab this picture? I got you. Then she was like, oh, hold on, can I take some? And I was like, yes, because usually when you're taking the photos, you don't get a chance to be in them. But Letty definitely hooked me up. And then, of course, I remember what happened last year, the day before, the family came back together. But Letty got the photos of one of the biggest moments when Jay Bougie did what he did, picked up that win in the Bronx. So,
and we already know why he picked up the win in the Bronx. So.
Yeah, he did it all by himself. He did it all by himself. Boom, 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 curb stomp, 1, 2, 3.
The lie detector test has determined that was a lie.
The Nile is a river in Egypt.
The reason why at that time he was Mr.
Get my Wendy Williams pose on to hear you spill with the bullshit. Go ahead.
He did. He got the win by himself. I was just there, ain't my fault,
Justin, remember when we were looking
Dark Side of the Ring, episode 69. Bougied out of a title. The Bougie in the Bronx.
Wait, let me do my where's producer Justin? Justin, you remember when we were in the Bronx, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were wondering what Brian was just walking around the ring. We're like, Brian, where's Brian going? What's Brian doing? We don't know.
That was the special enforcer.
We don't know what Brian was doing, He says he was a special enforcer. I don't know. He was enforcing something for someone,
I was ensuring that the right man won, but he did it all on his own, so I didn't have to do nothing. We had a nice post-game interview. It felt like WrestleMania 15. Jay Bougie was out there doing his thing. That's the reason why.
It's funny how he signed you as his social media manager, but go ahead with that. Unpopular opinion about Unlaid.
Brian H. Bougie.
Going for unpopular opinion
I'm not
about
his social media manager. He does all himself. But I put together, his press stuff. But let me tell y'all the story. This morning, taking the kids to school. And somehow or another, I said, y'all know what this Saturday, I'm going to New York. My daughter goes into the whole thing like, oh, I want to go. I'm like, you can. I got to go do some work. And she was like, well, we going to move there? I'm like, So I said, y'all know Crown Jewels this week? And they said, yeah. I said, Roman's defending the belt. And it's like, wait, who's he defending it against again? And I was like, yeah. And then my daughter goes, yeah, that's right. That guy who says that all the time. And my son goes, LA Knight. And he was like, where did he come from? And I was like, look, the fans just liked him. This 13-year-old goes, well, he's like the Brooklyn Brawler with generational wealth.
Hey, yo.
This is the reason why I did not send this in the group chat this morning, because I knew.
You see these? You see they're staying on for the rest of the night. Because child, I've been outdone. I've been outshaded. I can't believe this. What?
And so I'm like, how do you know who the Brooklyn Brawler is?
That's my first question.
We've been
and then he reminded me that my mother one day I don't know if it was from a book fair or somewhere, she ordered, like, gave him this WWE encyclopedia, and it's got like all the wrestlers. It's very like kid friendly, but one day he was like mentioning wrestlers' names, and I was like, well, how do you know who this person is? He was like, oh, it's in the book Mama gave me. It's like Andre Giant. He brought up Jake the Snake, and I was like, the Brooklyn Brawler, and I was like, yo, and I was sitting there when he said the Brooklyn Brawler with generational wealth.
Bruh.
We've been out had. Like, this is crazy, Justin. Like, you and I didn't come up with this first. We've been beating our own game, because that's wild. Now,
that's another that tops a level of what I would have came up with. Like, I would not have put those two combinations together. That was well done.
I on Twitter, I'm out had. I can't tweet for the rest of the night. I've been beat. Like, I would have.
And he's that child that I tell sometimes he tries too hard. But so, out of 5, maybe 2 more he hit, but he hit a home run. This one knocked it out of the park.
Nah, that was a great slam.
Home run. He won the game.
That was a walk-off grand slam. That left us fucking kerfuffled. We were just like,
and this is what happens.
We were Tim Allen in this motherfucker.
At first kickoff, he went from the opposing 50-yard line to the touchdown. The first touchdown.
Imagine saying this during morning traffic in Baltimore, right? And this is what happens. You get kids Dunkin' Donuts beforehand. He had his caffeine. He was ready, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, and then I kept like, I gotta pull over and laugh. Like, I'm trying to drive there.
But wild, man.
No, that was good.
I told him, I said, I'm gonna say that on one of these pods. He said, oh, please do. He says, you'll appreciate this. But now my twin just says, Daddy, yeah. Hold on, if I she'll yell at me a little. Never mind. I love it, man. That's the greatest. Oh man. It's funny because these kids get to grow up with clean wrestling. But
the Bucks getting mad. What happened?
I'm still like, how do they know Brooklyn Brawler?
The book. This wrestling encyclopedia.
There's thousands, even millions of wrestlers, and he put Brooklyn Brawler.
Why am I so pissed off right now?
Plug that.
I have no idea.
But you know what?
Jokes from the gods. That's what that was.
Your son has won the award. I don't know. I'm gonna find one and I'm gonna just mail it to you. But that's smart. I give him full credit. But
we're gonna call them awards the Shadies. Like, you won yourself a Shady.
Oh man, Justin, put that in the notes. Save that.
Put that in the notes. The Shady award.
The clip of the collision episode at the end of the year.
The Shadies. But I've always known people were going to adapt to LA Knight when he was in NXT. When he was transitioning with 2.0, because they were attracted to him in 2.0, and it seems like anybody who they're attracted to in 2.0 ends up getting the attraction on the main roster. Now that I think it was going to be to the level of magnitude when we were in Detroit, and I was hearing every 15 fucking minutes. No, didn't think that was going to happen. However, I do think that he's somebody that's needed to usher anew, and it's working. And I mean, usher anew into Miz can't do this forever. The same way The Rock couldn't do it forever. Well, he still does it. He gets to show up randomly. He couldn't do it forever. There's a lot of talent that can't do it forever. They just let go of somebody who they were always pushing and was still a fan favorite. And he did everything that he could do in the E, and he's no longer with the company. That's Dolph Ziggler. I think that they know that they need that element of someone who could do it all and still wow the crowd, and that person's LA Knight. Like the fact that he's already done a Slim Jim commercial, that should give you full evident that they're like, listen, the fans want him, we'll give you more of him.
Ooh, yeah.
As far as him winning titles, like I said, and I stand by it, he has a better chance of ending Gunther's reign when he feels like it than he will with a world title right now, because it's not there yet. It's not there yet. Will they make him a Grand Slam someday? Someday, yes. I think so. I think that it's almost comical to me that him and Grayson Waller haven't annoyed the hell out of me as a tag team, but I feel like that's also future imminent too. They like to blame his age. I don't think his age has anything to do with the fact that people gravitate towards his energy. He is energy. He's energy. Nikki Bougie said it best. Same thing on Turnbuckle Top. Shout out to them once again. Said it best. He's energy. He's aura. You make me excited. Like some women I've seen on Twitter, he gives them Ladywood. I don't know. I don't see it, but he does. So
Wait,
that's what he's there for.
I
That's how-
swear.
Shout out to Issa.
unpopular opinion is that he gives some Ladywood, and I've seen
That
it.
is the
So-
first time I've ever heard.
You gotta find it. I gotta find the thread and send it to the chat.
Wait,
'cause-
this is the first time you ever heard Ladywood?
Yes,
Never heard of
I
Ladywood
don't.
before?
No.
Wow. Issa's been running with that since like 2015.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, I mean, I've seen her like express who she like and whatnot, but Ladywood,
Yeah, Ladywood.
okay, interesting. That's new, but yeah, go ahead.
But you know what it is? It's like, and I was saying this on Tuesday, it was like, you know how we grew up on like Stone Cold and Rock, and we got to experience like the Monday Night Wars and that Attitude Era, like actual like live it like firsthand, and we experienced that. It's like the kids now are getting that right now with LA Knight, where we could sit there and tell them, yo, this is a remix of Austin, this is a remix of The Rock, but at the same time, they weren't there for the Attitude Era. They weren't there for those Monday Night Wars. They weren't there live for WrestleMania 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could tell them, pull up Peacock and watch it, but it's not going to hit the same. But for right now, LA Knight is really hitting on a level where for us, it's like, yeah, we've seen that. But for them, it's like, nah, this is new. This is fresh. There's no one else on the roster. It's almost like, remember how Stone Cold was ascending before he became like champion and shit
When
like
he
that?
was
Before
harassing
Brett?
Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is what LA Knight is like at that part of it right now.
Yeah, and so you said we gotta let it cook a little bit more.
Yeah, like the titles are like the titles will come. It's a matter of you gotta see how you hang with the top guy in a title match. And this is gonna be your okay, do you pass with flying colors? Then boom, now it's time to put a title on you.
I want to bring up. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Seindole put it perfect because I didn't even put him and Gunther for that IC title in the same like atmosphere, but now it makes sense where Gunther has this historical reign, and at some point he's going to lose it. What would make sense for Gunther to really lose it? Have the most over fucking person in the company take that shit off of him.
Mm-hmm. That would be interesting.
That's a Seindole special, man. I'm giving you that credit.
KRISTA B peeped at the rundown, and she saw in the notes. I want to talk about these comparisons.
Ooh, Jesus.
The
Or
Rock.
comparing him to The Rock? Are you serious?
So
It's
if we
Stone Cold.
point, then we're jacking the
I think
Rock.
it's more Stone Cold.
No, that's me manipulating the images. I mean, not manipulating the images, but I found come on now.
UAI in these streets, okay.
No, these are real images, but I was like, let me find one where they both pointing. But LA Knight does do an elbow drop, and he does blunt force trauma, which is more like a closer to a stunner than a rock bottom. But he does get on the ropes and throw his hands up. And there's people who like him. People say, nah, he's a fake copy. Now, I did read this article from an interview he did with the homie Ariel Helwani. And one of the things he said is he was 16, 17 when the Attitude Era was hot. He probably, without realizing, his diction, because he was talking like these guys. So he probably without realizing, started, using talking like that and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, my favorite wrestler was Hulk Hogan. Obviously, if I want to sound like Hogan, it's an effort that goes into that. You know what I mean? But with Stone Cold, like if you listen to when he was saying to Roman, so you're Roman Reigns, so you're the guy, or stuff like that. The way he was talking it up, it did feel like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I didn't take it so much as, oh, I'm hearing Austin. But it was like once it's pointed out to you, it's like, it kind of sounds like him. So what do y'all think about these comparisons?
I don't see the Rock thing.
Okay.
I see that for Ricky Stark. Stone Cold, a little bit more, but more as like a face. I think he was somebody that was intentionally meant to annoy everybody, and then people started gravitating towards him, like I said before, because his aura gives you excitement. So that's when the same thing, people get excited no matter what. Stone Cold can come outside, flip the finger, and leave, and people will still cry and be excited they got to see him. So that's where I think the same aura comes from. They're just excited.
Yeah. And that could be a thing. KRISTA B says she'll come up. Let's KRISTA know where to find us.
Say less.
Like I said, it's very interesting, like I said, that people point this out. We knew she wasn't going for that. Absolutely not. Ricky Starks is nowhere compared to the great.
God, KRISTA. It's not a comparison. It's more it's the personality of the two. Ricky is obviously inspired and emulated by that man. There is no comparison, I agree. Imitation wise, there's a hit of imitation.
I like what Kyle said. He is a mix, and that's not a bad thing. I feel like a lot of people hate because they see a combination of their favorites and they don't like it. His body language is The Rock. His speech is like Stone Cold.
I really like Seindole. I don't see it with The Rock. Stone Cold, yes. The mannerisms, yeah, is this generation's what chant, like the wrestling. But even though, Austin pre-injuries was more of like a ring general and stuff like that, but like even like post-injuries is very similar. Like this is more Austin than it is Rock. It's more like 90-10 for me.
But you know what? I'll say this. I don't think if it's working and it's only the minority, let's be real, it's only the people on the internet saying this. You don't see people wearing like LA Knight stuff and wearing a bald head or trying to combine the two, right? In the arenas. They're not. So if it's the small demographic that's making these comparisons, but the big thing is he's over, because think about this. Ric Flair took a piece of Gorgeous George. Hulk Hogan took a piece of superstar Billy Graham. The difference was it wasn't no social media back then. So if you missed it, you didn't know. The Stone Cold, people said it was like Dr. David Schultz. So again, if you missed it, then you missed it. I mean, clearly, like the Young Bucks and the Hardys, but they've established themselves enough and created a fan base enough that it doesn't feel like the carbon cutout of the Hardys no more. But when they first came out and it was Generation Me and all that stuff, like, who's these fake ass Hardy boys? So
it's like everyone gets it from someone. It's almost like rap, where it's like everyone was inspired by someone, Hove was inspired by Big. Wayne was inspired by Hove. And you see generations that are inspired by Wayne, so on and so forth. It's the same thing with wrestling. The only thing is, wrestling Twitter just be mad toxic and just very territorial.
Yeah.
It's like we want to grow this to the masses to where it can be bigger than what it is, but then you also make it, the internet likes to make it very niche. It's like, no, this is our thing, that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is stupid, because it's like, bro, at the end of the day, we want to see these guys make as much money as possible, become millionaires, get universal health care, be able to do what they do, and do everything in like huge arenas and shit like that, and kind of go back to the old days where like everyone's watching it's fun. And it's like, bro, you take the fun out of some shit sometimes, internet.
I mean, that's why you filter your timelines. I will hit the mute button on somebody in a minute.
That's the best thing that Twitter X has, is that mute button. I was like, yes.
Wow, here comes Sting.
It's Sting.
bro.
Why you said it with no say? Wow, here comes Sting.
Well,
You know,
I thought you were
Dragging
laughing
that
at
poor
mine.
boy. It's just
so
dragging that poor boy Nick. I
so
can't
many
deal.
great things that was about that night of AEW Full Gear. I mean, Dynamite Grand Slam.
Yeah.
But my childhood was like, no. I was like, man, I'm about to see Stick. No.
No, my childhood was better benefited at Full Gear because like he popped up on some surprise shit and it was giving
Yeah.
WCW Sting, and I was like, I was pissed he wasn't in rafters because the Prudential Center got some nice rafters. But the fact that he pulled up behind what's his name, the way he pulled up behind Jay Lethal, I was like, all right, this is Sting.
Wait, he said he wouldn't fight Christian.
And then he made his own
This
face.
done.
And then it's
He
like
came at
all
his
that shit
neck.
goes out the
He
window.
literally came at his neck. Too late. All bets are off.
Uh-oh.
Now Adam's pissed.
Yeah, that man was mad.
He said I'm gonna retire Sting, and then when I'm done, I'm literally gonna snap your neck. Like, dude, bro, low blow.
I mean, that's beyond a low blow. That's like
I want all the smoke now.
It's
get shot for
official.
that.
So it's going to be Adam Copeland, Darby Allin, and Sting against Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne.
Nick Wayne about to be ruined, but go ahead.
Is that who Nick Wayne is? I was like, who's this fucking child that's out here like fucking what was the guy with the fucking chin? Oh, Ellsworth.
Somebody on Twitter was like, Nick Wayne is Darby Allin before the emo was his emo era. I said, I'm done. Y'all disrespectful.
I don't like this at all. I wanted this to drag out.
Nick Wayne gives me Ellsworth vibes.
Oh, we don't speak that.
Sting's not capable to have a match by himself.
Yeah, but I wanted Adam Copeland and Christian. He said he wasn't gonna fight Christian. I wanted that to drag out.
Well, he should have never came from my man's neck. That's
why it's not the greatest story ever told, like Undertaker and Kane.
Brian,
these guys are like after this match. It's not gonna be
Adam Copeland, Sting, and Christian are like a combined 140 years old. Like, but you better give us this match now. No, they may not last 6 months.
No, you supposed to. He said he wasn't gonna fight him. At least give me two big shows before finally. It's like, all right.
No, they may not last that long.
Hold on, let me see what
you may only have 6 months, and you're like, no, I want to wait till fucking
All right, so
double
we got
or
a big
nothing.
announcement.
Nah.
We're gonna tune this in as a family. They keep telling us this paid attendance was 81,000. We don't believe you. You need more people.
There you go. Well done. The way he's hyping his announcement, this needs to be something huge, and not no Ric Flair is coming out bullshit. Like,
Christmas trees are going up.
Oh, he's doing it now.
Oh, sorry. A ticket to All In.
Okay.
So you can get tickets right now. Tony Khan is making his announcements. You can get tickets. This
is smart.
No, this is smart. But did this warrant an announcement?
I don't want old girl showing the fuck up there. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care who's still a fan of her. She needs to stay out anyway.
Old girl being who?
We don't speak of her name. Put her name in the box. Remember?
TB or Double R?
Double R.
Okay.
Because that's what everyone thought the announcement was, and I'm happy that my peoples can get their tickets early this year.
Nah, this is smart because you see WWE
now you
the
can
last
also
3
plan
years
England now
have been yo, okay, SummerSlam's over. Let's start. Boom, here are the tickets for WrestleMania. We're about to put them out, even though it's 8-9 months out from now, where you sell them early. That way you can try to pack it out and then build towards it, add more people. How can we even add more people into the stadium? Maybe get this person on the card, that person on the card. WWE's been doing this for the last 2 years. So this is actually kind of smart.
I'm not saying it's not smart. What I'm saying is this didn't warrant an announcement. This is very smart, but it didn't warrant.
So I think this did because of the fact that was their biggest stadium show to date, and I think they're now gonna try to make All In their WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, this feels like you could have ran a commercial. You could have you did the announcement. You don't have to say I have a huge announcement coming. This at this point, it's like it's just getting old.
Well, it doesn't help that he does like 15 announcements a year.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Kyle said Hogan, boo. I did see some rumors that they was talking about him bringing Hogan in.
No,
but
you would have seen me. You would have seen me not watch this anymore if that was the case. Because I ain't got no. Thank you. No, thank you.
I'll be
Thank
watching.
you. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I don't think if he's smart, he wouldn't bring Hogan in there. Hogan loves the WWE. He sabotaged TNA on purpose.
Inside job.
Is that
Makes
are
sense.
you a part of that conspiracy theory that he wants
1000%.
TNA to fuck it all up?
Hogan is Vince McMahon's first son.
I'm
I
about
don't
to
care what
say, yeah.
anybody say.
If Vince loves Brock, Hogan's got to be higher up on that totem pole.
Hogan will always be. They'll fight, and they will. It's Hogan. No, it's Stephanie, Hogan, Shane, Roman, Brock, Austin. No, Taker over Brock. Yeah,
I was gonna say something wild, inappropriate, but I ain't trying to get kicked out of the club.
Yo, go ahead.
Hey man, Hogan will always gawk for Vince whenever Vince comes calling.
Wow.
Hogan be there double fisting and everything.
Okay, they have a special bond. Him and Vince just can't get his children to get along. He's like Victor Newman. Vince is.
No, you know what's his name's son's interview, and they asked him what does he think about him running the company, and he was like he could see himself. Yes, and then he was like Triple H's daughter, Paul's daughter, Aurora. I know. Yo, how
wait, what did he say?
He said, I think also Triple H's daughter, Paul's daughter, Aurora, also show interest in running the company. Nigga, that's your cousin. What the fuck? That's your cousin, bro.
No, that's being classically PR trained from his auntie Stephanie. That's all that is.
It's like what that family Venn diagram look like.
But I did see.
Is it direct or indirect?
He said his father, like nobody is smarter businessman than his father.
Hello.
Yeah, I saw that. So,
imagine when he taught them boys. Even being out. Imagine when he taught them boys.
I still swear that he was out there like on WrestleMania 32. They was in the back and Vince was like, "Hey, go out there, get some of that." Yeah, WrestleMania. Yeah.
This is such good shit. Oh.
Wait a minute. The music is playing.
All right, we're done talking about distractions from the business in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating 5 years. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 years this Saturday, live in New York City, in Brooklyn. The one and only one half of those wrestling girls, the greatest wrestling podcast to date, KRISTA B.
You didn't say it right. It's KRISTA B is in the building.
You get your Samantha Irvin on.
KRISTA B.
Look, I'm trying to Howard Finkel here, but you said
no, we still love it.
But you said I'm gonna be the greatest.
Seindle's right. It got hit. It's KRISTA B.
It's KRISTA B.
Hey, y'all.
B stand for Brooklyn.
On their day.
Period. All right, so I'm not gonna be in here long because me and this migraine have been fighting all day.
Oh, sis, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Pulled up with a migraine.
Yeah,
that migraine in the fucking sharpshooter.
I tried.
We ain't gonna be here much longer either. So you gonna come in and you gonna take us home.
Yep.
Hey y'all in the comments. I just came to say because this is how I feel about LA Knight. When I see LA Knight, I honestly do feel like he is a mix of Stone Cold and The Rock. Mm-hmm. When it comes to Stone Cold, hold on, let me turn this TV down. Y'all know I don't watch AEW. Hold on.
Yo, not my tweet. No, I got
the shade. The shade. Okay.
We watch AEW as a family, except KRISTA B.
KRISTA B. No, I've been watching AEW this entire time. I promise you. Between this and laundry, I've been watching AEW. But anyway, when it comes down to LA Knight, his charisma, his persona, his like his whole attitude, like his whole gesture and posture, it gives me Rock. It gives me Rock when Rock first took the mic and started standing and speaking on his own, not giving the F, cutting people off. His point is going to get across. That's Rock. That's definitely Rock. Go back to watch old Attitude Era episodes and you're going to see that after the whole after the whole Rocky die stuff, and he comes to his own, he's wearing those Versace shirts, that's definitely LA Knight right now. But when it comes down to the catchphrases, the what's, to even back at Friday when Roman Reigns was coming out, he interrupted his whole entrance, came on and walked by him. That's definitely Stone Cold. Like it intertwines so well. That's literally if Rock and Stone Cold would have had a love child at WrestleMania 17, they birthed LA Knight. That is a 50-50 thing right there.
So if Austin didn't turn heel.
Right. You know, we don't speak. I mean, I don't care. I can speak on it because it wasn't The Rock. But that is literally a love child right there. Like, that's what they birthed, and that's LA Knight. And going back to what you said, Brian, earlier, how LA Knight was 16, 17, watching Attitude Era, and the first thing I thought of was when Kevin Hart was like, damn, to Dom Cheadle. When he told him about his age, that's what I said. I was like, oh, like, damn, he old, damn. But yes, so that's why I feel like
I feel like we had the best age of like wrestling fandom, like between because like we wasn't too old where we knew like everything was a work, like it was still kayfabe, and to have it's priceless to have kayfabe in the Attitude Era, like to not know, like that whole thing is just priceless, man. Like I literally went to church Sunday, the 3 Sundays leading up to WrestleMania 15, praying that Austin beat The Rock. Like that's how bad I was. I mean, who was the heel and who was the babyface? You feel me?
No, it's the fact that you prayed for 3 straight weeks just to make sure that happened.
Yeah.
And he works.
Mm-hmm.
He works. I mean,
she said that so begrudgingly.
That's not a prayer that I would have prayed, but you know, he works. He's an on-time God.
Oh no, your facial.
I mean, I would have prayed for generational wealth like the Brooklyn Brawler, but
okay.
Yeah, WrestleMania 15.
I mean, we
gotta get that customly made for him.
When you 13,
I'm putting it on a towel.
Yeah,
like how they put the note on a blanket. I'm putting it on a towel. I know, guys, because that we can't let that go to waste.
Can't let that slide. That
you can't let that go to waste. We have to capitalize on this.
That was perfect.
That outdid all of us. You understand this, right?
Like whoever, even when you don't mention a wrestler or you mention a forgotten wrestler, nobody ever in life mentions Brooklyn Brawler.
Exactly.
Ever in life.
That
and
was
not from Brooklyn. I should be like, oh, never. And my
That's
whole.
right, Krista. You gotta claim them.
I kid you not.
Like,
we've had like wrestling
Brooklyn is not claiming the Brooklyn Brawler. Like you have people from the shore that claim the Big Bam Bigelow faster than that. So that's undefeated right about now.
I literally would claim somebody from Staten Island before I claim Brooklyn.
But see, and that's the funny thing. We've had wrestling conversations, ever since he was like 3 or 4. And when he was 2, when CM Punk was having his like, when he was the Summer of Punk, so he was yelling. That was like his early wrestling chant, and he was like his Sin Cara and stuff. Brooklyn Brawler never came up. So when he brings this up, I'm like, wait, what? And the thing is, I just thought about it. Who knows? He's a big Edge fan, and he used to actually watch the Edge and Christian show all the time. Maybe they mentioned it, but he told me it was from the encyclopedia my mother got him years ago.
Well, shout out to your mother, but nobody ever in life mentions the Brooklyn Brawler. Like even when he used to make pop-up, I'm like, who is this guy?
Hey, he's from down the street. He's from down the street.
Oh, it's him.
That's your cousin. Once removed 3 times.
Bullshit.
on your pepper side.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
On the pappy. On
your pepper side.
Oh,
yeah, but with LA Knight, I do feel like all right, now Seindole, I'm about to get into your ass. And I love you, but
oh my God. You took okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you have this because your party's on Saturday. Go ahead.
Not even because my party on Saturday. Ricky Starks does not compare Stevie Wonder can see that Ricky Starks does not compare in any way, which form, fashion to The Rock. Whether it was Rock in 1996 Survivor Series Rock, when he had no swag, no charisma, no personality, to him during the Nation Domination Rock, to Die Rocky Die Rock, none of that. He don't compare. Ricky Starks tries too hard for me when it comes down to personality. It's like he doesn't know how to step into his own. So for you, Seindole, and I love you, you my sis, and I love you, but girl, for you to sit here and say that you see The Rock more in Ricky Starks, then you gotta take them glasses off, baby, because it's blinding you. The shade is shading too much on your face, because that ain't it at all. Nowhere near. Not even the clothes. Like he wear with his Versace shirts or whatever, but not even like find your own style. Like Ricky Starks may be a great wrestler inside the ring, not taking that from him. But when it comes to personality and charisma, nowhere near. LA Knight holds more of that than Ricky Starks does.
Krista, you can't sit here and tell me, if you don't look at all the highlight reels of Ricky when he first started, he don't give you Hollywood Rock. You gonna really sit here and
Absolutely.
we gonna sit here and have this conversation and tell me there's not even a Krista?
Not in the slightest. I have never seen that. I have never seen that ever.
You so that if that's the case, I got about 1,000 other blind people, because we all see it. That's the only math that's mathing. He don't got to be the biggest of The Rock, but his whole gimmick is
so here's what I'll do. I will
Hollywood
go back.
Rock.
I will go back and rewatch these highlights,
please,
and see.
For me.
And see. But for me personally, I didn't see it then. I don't see it now.
Fair.
And that's just my opinion. Like I literally see more of LA Knight and more of The Rock and LA Knight than I do of Ricky Starks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion.
Okay.
Well, y'all got to definitely do a sound off showdown, because that's what this sounds like. It's giving. It's giving Patreon. Make sure y'all subscribe.
I already wasted my breath too much on Ricky Starks.
Me and Krista like Trick Mellow Gang, even though that's not a great comparison, but that's Trick Mellow Gang. I'm never going to go.
I will never turn on you, Seindole.
I will never turn on you either. However, we gonna have to.
I don't know. You were tuning up the band for a second there.
I love this about her.
The Rock. What?
There's some things that me and her agree to disagree. We just gonna have to do our own extensive research and come back to it at a collisionary time.
Vaughn, Vaughn asked me a question. Is that because of your experience with Ricky at Wale Mania?
Oh my God. Only you would know. I wouldn't know.
I wasn't there, so this is all.
Me neither.
Okay, so at Wale Mania, we were in the back.
All white.
Yep. I knew he was coming back.
All right, tell the story.
Coming back. Because they said mentioned something about being big, like a big friend or something.
So he's
Why look like he's about to cry? Wait, so what is he doing?
He's wrestling, clearly. I think he's
trying to walk to the ring, you know.
Why his leg look like that?
His leg is fucked up. His body's too big. He got too much weight on him.
Yeah, he lost weight, but not.
He lost weight, but it's still like
his legs have been like that for a while. That's why I always, Big Show.
Did y'all watch his TV show on Netflix?
No.
You had a TV show?
Mm-hmm. My daughter loved it, and this was
he
before
got he got luggage.
Yeah,
he definitely do.
Like leave the suitcases alone.
Listen, I know where I'm putting my suitcase at when we go to Philly and Mania, right under there.
Oh, you checking your luggage underneath his bags?
Underneath. And I love Paul White.
The shade.
Thank you.
I love Paul White. Yeah, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho was like, no, Chris Jericho was like, oh yeah, I got friends. I got real big friends. I was just like, yeah, it's either gonna be Big Show, because it ain't gonna be Mark Henry. Mark Henry is not gonna be wrestling. But yeah, anyway, so at Wale Mania, we were in the back. It was Ricky Starks, it was Britt Baker, it was Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
It was all the other wrestlers. And we're all speaking and having fun, having good conversations and stuff. And everybody saying hello and being nice. Ricky Starks looks me dead in the eye looks me up and down and gave me the most nastiest, stinkest attitude face, rolled his eyes, and walked away. I said,
Yeah.
oh, that's how you playing it. Okay, got it.
Oh.
And I'm just like, from there, yes, it left a bad taste in my mouth of him,
Mm-hmm.
but I would never take away from the talent that is displayed in the ring.
Okay.
Like I said, Ricky Starks is a good wrestler. I'm not going to give great yet.
Okay.
Ricky Starks is a good wrestler, and his ability can definitely.
It's on the screen, y'all. That's why if you watch it on replay, you see why everybody just laugh.
Oh my god. Ricky Starks can definitely, go in the ring. But like I said, attitude, charisma wise, when it comes down to like on the mic and stuff, whatever, maybe I have to go back to see it. But for me, I don't see Hollywood Rock. I see somebody who can definitely improve and give that total package. But for right now, for me, I don't see it.
Well, that's before we get out of here. I gotta ask y'all this before we get out of here. We got a couple minutes left. And then we're gonna let Krista B take us home with the final plug for the anniversary. Trick and Mello. Last night, I'm gonna break the fourth wall real quick. I'm watching this match start to happen. And as this get ready in, me and Seindole was on the phone catching up. And I said, hold on, because I think your TV's ahead of mine. I'm going to talk to you later. But then the end happened. I was like, wait a minute. Why did you just do that? And then as soon as I said it, Krista put it in the group chat. But Mello's face, did it not look like
he knew he done fucked up?
You didn't do it. You didn't do it. I don't care.
That boy did it.
You didn't do it. He knows what happened.
Now,
Mello
did an
what did
interview.
Uncle Ruckus say? Guilty.
No, but you know who else? You know who else had to catch me on the brim? My friend, my coworker. Shout out to Anya, because she watches wrestling now with her boyfriend. She sent me a screenshot of Carmelo Hayes' last slide on his dump, and it's a slide of how Triple H looked at Shawn Michaels' video package when they found out that I said, girl, don't talk to me. I'm not talking to you tomorrow.
Yeah, he looked shocked and then he started laughing.
He didn't do it. I don't care what I say. He know who
did it, but Trick looked at him like, yo, you got some answers that need to come out their mouth.
Be there doesn't mean that he did it.
You saw the way Trick held Mello's face. He's like,
the Nile's the river in Egypt.
Don't you even start, Krista. No, I don't care. Listen, the board is still out there. There's too many suspects on the board. You got Lexus King sitting in that bougie ass Party City chair talking about something. I got a few tricks up my sleeve. What you mean by that, Lexus King? He not equivalent to. And you see how Corbin liked to jump people from behind. So it's still a lot of witnesses. It's still a lot of suspects. And the only thing that's pissing me off is that Sean, I know for a fact you know them cameras backstage works because too many incidents happened back then. I'm about to call OSHA. We need to know who done it.
Need to know who done it, but it's
my money's on emoji stomach Corbin.
They 10 minutes early this week.
So Brian, I have to correct you.
Hey, Willow.
It's Willow.
You had said that it was Carmelo Hayes that hit me with the pool ball, and it was not. It was Trick Williams who almost hit me. No, who hit me with the pool stick. It was Trick Williams who almost hit me with the pool ball. And Solo Sikoa was just like, yo, like, be careful. Like, we don't need, So Solo and Jay came to my rescue. But it was Trick Williams. And Trick Williams remembered it when I reminded him this year at Mania. So it wasn't Mello. It wasn't Mello this time.
Hot take. That's the guy that should dethrone Roman.
Who?
Trick Williams at WrestleMania 43.
WrestleMania 43. We don't even know if Roman's gonna make it to WrestleMania 41.
So we gotta fly to Dubai to watch that WrestleMania.
At this pace, yeah, you should. Yeah, Roman, my tribal chief.
Yeah, Krista's face says it all.
I'm not explaining it no more to catch the explanation next week on the fan.
43. We don't even know if he's gonna make it to. Krista, talk about the damn party because he ain't getting my damn nerves.
Yeah, Brian's drunk. That's what
I acknowledge the tribal chief, but you over acknowledging it.
That man had too much Mountain Dew.
I've only had this orange sickle 5-hour energy drink.
That's
Well,
why.
you
Go back
need-
to the
you
Mountain
need to
Dew.
get to hour
Go back
6
to the Mountain Dew.
crash, because that ain't it.
Go back to the Mountain Dew,
Y'all
please.
some haters. Y'all don't believe in Trick Williams? That's
First
what
of
you're saying?
all, nobody's
Sir.
saying we don't believe in Trick Williams, but one, you threw that bone so far out
I know.
that
I wanted
I
to
don't even gotta come
pass.
back.
That was a
Really?
Lamar
I'm just
Jackson
so-
Hail Mary you just threw
Hell
out there.
yeah.
I want Roman to pass Bruno.
No.
Why not?
So he got to carry it for 3 more years?
This man's
he
about
don't
to
pass
take
Bruno.
more time off than John Cena has finished 2 back-to-back movies. You think he's gonna last till 43? It's not
Bruh.
happening. Listen.
Did
By
y'all
the
stop
time Roman
watching?
comes back, Cena will have no more hair.
Did you stop
Right.
watching?
Did I what?
You never stop watching. You still gonna watch?
Sir,
Roman gonna be the champion.
I'm gonna
You
watch
got
on
Seth
DVR
Rollins.
3 goddamn
Yeah, all right.
years.
Sir.
You gonna
I'm
still
gonna
watch?
watch my hands pop upside your head when I be like, look, he lost. You happy? Look. No.
We
Like, who's to say Roman's still going to be wrestling by then?
The man about to
Man.
take another extended family, leave of absence, vacation, sick time, personal time, maternity leave off. What do you think he's gonna make it to 43?
Oh Lord, I hope he don't have no more kids. That's a lot. That's an army.
He's someone. They have
He
whole
already got
family
5.
trees.
Roman gonna main
They
event as
have
many
family trees at this
WrestleManias as
point.
there are Fast and Furious movies.
Get
I
into
still got to
it.
watch 5 Fast X.
Don't do that.
That's
It's
Don't.
not
so
hard.
good. It's
Save,
actually
save
one of the
yourself
best
2.5
ones.
hours. Don't.
Man,
Dude.
y'all be hating on that man time
It's
off. That
nothing
man
to-
carried
but
you
it's
through a
nothing to hate
pandemic.
about.
Nobody's
gave
hating
you-
on his
Nobody's
time
Gave
off.
us
hating
the
on
greatest
him.
time during the pandemic.
Nobody's
Gave us
hating on
that
his time
emotional
off.
story with Jey Uso that had everybody crying and saying, "Man, I love wrestling."
I am all for PTO, but 3 goddamn years,
3
Brian.
more years.
3
of him-
more
Hey,
years.
show up at all the big 4 or 3 the big 3. Sorry, Krista. Sorry.
So what? We're gonna get Roman versus Cody 7 before we get
Wait,
to
time
WrestleMania
out.
43.
Wait, why is it big 3 and sorry, Krista? Like,
you know, Survivor Series got, it's a
you
little,
can go to hell.
It's a little, it's a little,
You
it's
No,
a little,
you gotta say it the country way, Chris, to go to hell.
it's a
Go to
little
hell.
stale bread,
Yeah, Krista, you see what happens when P's not here and Brian's in
This
the
is what
driver's seat?
happens.
Now we're driving backwards.
Now we're
Like, why are we doing this?
We're going backwards on the highway. We were supposed to take an exit 4 exits ago. Now we got to take 6 exits to make a U-turn to go back to the exit. This is what we
It's
got to
like,
do.
why are we on 95 South driving towards Baltimore? Wouldn't it be a good idea for Roman to hold his belt for 5 more years?
I mean, but so all right. What if he does it on a full-time schedule? You ain't gonna complain.
He's never coming back full time.
He's not coming back.
We don't know
full-time.
that. This
We
is
know.
the way this. How do we know? Did anybody
not
in the
Literally just said he's
negotiation?
taking more time off.
Ryan, he's not coming back full time due to his health. He is immunocompromised.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not, he's not coming back full time. COVID is still a thing. It may not be as it
but
may
I'm-
not be as big as it was back in 2020 when we were all fucking losing our minds.
And y'all forgot he caught COVID, being
He caught
autoimmunocompromised.
Right. He's not
I haven't drank
Hey, Vaughn,
Terramana
too
since
much Terramana.
June.
Oh,
But he's not coming back full time ever. Like,
He's not going to.
we
All
got
right, even if he, but in all seriousness though, if he don't, whenever it happens,
I'd give him 1 more year as a champion, but not 3.
Hogan wasn't stale after WrestleMania 3.
Nobody
but
cares about
I'm not
Hogan.
going to argue that point. I do.
Stop
So
mentioning Hogan.
he brought it up. The fact of the matter is, Trick Williams. That's the answer.
Trick Williams is definitely going to be.
It needs to be
champion.
somebody. It needs to be
Absolutely.
somebody who hasn't lost to Roman. I don't think that person's on the main roster if it's not going to be Cody finishing the story. Let's say it is not going to be him. Only other person I can see would be Gunther, right? But if not, go down to
You're forgetting
NXT.
one more person.
Oh,
You said someone that hasn't lost to Roman. You know
no,
who hasn't lost to Roman?
story-
Seth Rollins.
We went over this, Justin. The story is that's Roman's next biggest obstacle. He has to
We
get
went
that
over
win.
this, but you trying to go 3 years. I'm like, yo, can he even go
Because
6
the
months?
tribal chief, we eat steak, and it's good, and I want to keep eating steak. Bottom line,
But sometimes
eating
you
steak
see
part-time.
those WrestleMania numbers every year, most talked about on social media.
I
Why?
mean, we love eating steak too, but steak
Because
ain't
of the
open
tribal
24
chief.
hours. Sometimes you gotta close the restaurant and go home.
Word, how can you make quality steak if you don't reset the kitchen and clean the stoves and make sure the burners are proper and make sure
That's what
that
he's
the
doing.
meat,
And
make
y'all
sure
complaining
that
about
the
him
meat
taking
is
time
aged
off.
well. Brian, you got to make sure the meat is aged well. Why do you think the most expensive steak has been sitting down for years? Get it together, Brian. Damn. Come on. You talk about eating steak. How aged is your steak, sir? Do you appreciate your steak?
How many times are you eating steak? Like all that red meat's not good for you.
That's giving heart issues.
Come on.
Yeah, man, Brian, do we have to have
an
intervention?
You worried about eating steak. The steak gotta be special sometimes, man. Like this Saturday at Rhea, we are getting tomahawk. All right.
Nah, Brian out here eating tribal steak.
It's eating sirloin. Don't nobody eat sirloin. Sirloin ain't
really
special.
he eating pig.
Seindole, he eating sirloin. He eating Salisbury steak. That's what that is.
Anyway, yeah, right.
Roman Reigns is the tomahawk steak of the WWE. I don't want him all the time. I want him like the bougie ass restaurant. Let me speak. I want him when you come out the restaurant and you open the case and you see how nice and juicy and big that bone is, and then you serve it to me. That's how I want Roman. I don't want him.
Are we talking about the
to
same
look
bone?
like a meatloaf.
That's why I'm not saying.
You want him all the time. Let the man take a break.
This is how people cut up clips.
Yeah, you lost me at bone. I was like, what bone are we talking?
Well, on that note,
y'all know what a tomahawk look like. Y'all know what I'm saying.
It's time to go home because we got to get all set up and get ready and get rested up because we're gonna party this weekend, y'all. And I promise you, this will be an epic party. You want to be there. You want to be tuned in, and you know, buy a ticket if you haven't done so. Buy a ticket. Subscribe to the Patreon, do all the good stuff. Let's get ready. We have an order, as Queen PR would say, we have an order.
And the order goes like this. You can find me on all social media platforms at It's Justin Rich. You can find me here Wednesday nights live on Those Wrestling Girls Twitch channel for TWG Fan Club with me and these three beautiful, illustrious co-hosts of mine, plus Krista B, who is popping in Ultimate Warrior style with a run-in, blessing us with her presence. You can also find me Tuesday nights, Twitter Spaces, 6:35 p.m. for Turnbuckle Talk with myself, Mimi, and Corey, where we talk all things wrestling. You can find me on True Hill Heat Sports and True Hill Heat Wrestling. Both of those channels are located on YouTube, where we talk sports, wrestling, and all that fun stuff. We here, we outside. We about to get very active Saturday. Salute to those wrestling girls. 5 years.
Is it my go? I don't know y'all order.
It's seeing. Well, technically it's me.
It's your go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and then because I usually switch it up, but because you're going to take us home, I'm gonna go in the regular order, and you're gonna take over where Queen PR would go. So y'all can find me on all social media platforms at Brian H. Waters, as you see it right there. Make sure you check out this week's episode of the Masked Man Show. I was there for a bit. Well, I produced it. Check out Cheap Heat this week. Check out this week's episode of Wednesday Worldwide. We gave our Mount Rushmore of finishing moves, and I also talked about what's bigger deal: Roman beating Roman's dethroning Roman, or Taker beating losing the streak. Make sure you check out tonight the 100th episode of the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. We will be bringing on Drew Willingham from Virginia. He will come on, so make sure y'all check that out. It promises to be a party. I didn't produce it, so I do not know what the real Dwayne Allen has cooking. But most importantly, here every Wednesday, TWG Fan Club. I can't wait because it's going to be live this Saturday night.
And as always, it's your honorary wrestling girl, Seindole. You can catch me on everything except for X at reload.relive. As Sir Wilkham say, I sound like I got one in the chamber. Probably true after tonight. I don't know why. Just going to stick with it. You can also catch me on Twitter at reload via film. Shout out to every woman in media, in wrestling media. Shout out to all of us. We doing a damn thing. You got a podcast going on 5 years strong. 5 fucking years strong. We gonna celebrate. We gonna turn it the fuck up. We ain't never turned up before. And if you're not there, be prepared to take care of that FOMO that you about to have. Shout out to everybody doing their damn thing. We are in numbers. I realized this week we are in numbers. So let's continue to grow in numbers. Shout out to everybody black. I always say that. Shout out to WWE signing a 19 and a 20-year-old independent star this week. They signed 2. So shout out to everybody doing a damn thing. We out here. We here, like Justin was. I'm gonna steal from Justin. We here, we're outside. I'm rooting for everybody, minority, black, Latino, Indian, everybody. And just congratulations, girls. But get your fucking ticket still. You got 2 days. Get your ticket and let's go out with a bang.
Donate a ticket too. Support.
And I'm donating a ticket too. So somebody hit me up.
Krista B, take us home. Take us home.
As you all know, I'm one half of those wrestling girls, Miss Krista B, MS_KRISTAB_ on Instagram, MS_KRISTAB on Twitter. Please make sure that you are there live in full effect on this Saturday, November 4th. Return Up is 5 years of those wrestling girls. We have surprises. We have good drinks. We have not a panel. We have a live stream going on. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to turn them like we never turned up before. And I got to correct myself. We will be live streaming, but I don't think we're going to be posting much on social media. So you're just going to have to live through the recaps that will be coming through. But make sure you buy your tickets. Tickets are only $20. You have until Thursday, tomorrow, 4 p.m. to buy your $20 tickets, or you're going to have to pay at the door. Cutoff time is on Thursday, 4 p.m. And that's that on that. On that note, it's your girl, Krista B. Thank you, fan club, for having me on. And we'll see y'all on Saturday.